A time to play for these kids. Life has been more about tragedy than fun and games. That's what makes this playground so important. In our World Watch report this week, we go to a town that captured the attention of the world 2 years ago. Chechen terrorists seized school number 1 in Beslan, Russia on September 1st, 2004, taking more than 1,000 hostages. When the siege ended 3 days later, 344 people had been killed, more than half of them children. But a partnership of U.S. and Russian Christians is helping Beslan recover from that traumatic event. Charlene Israel has our World Watch report.
The people in the town of Beslan can never stop grieving over the act of evil that took the lives of more than 180 children. This cemetery is grimly unique. All the graves bear the same date of death. This family came on what would have been their daughter's birthday. In the spring, a group of American and Russian Christians also came to pay their respects to the lost. In the scarred remains of school number 1, they paused to remember the victims and to reflect on the meaning of the attack.
Even the terrorists knew children were important because they came to the school. They came to the school where the children were. And they knew that people take pride, that people, they know the greatest resource that they can have, the greatest future that they can be able to plan is to be able to invest in children. So the terrorists came to take away that.
This group of 50 men and women went to Beslan to restore some of the hope in humanity by building a playground for the children of Beslan. The volunteers from U.S.-based Russian Ministries and kids around the world spent 4 days on the project. Those ministries also purchased the $120,000 worth of playground equipment, with help from a donation by Franklin Graham's Samaritan's Purse. And as they dug in the mud and sweated in the sun, they worked to serve a higher purpose.
Because I love children and I love Christ, and I'd like to see our work show through to the children that Christ loves them.
To be able to bring something of joy, something of hope, a promise for tomorrow for the children as we come and we build a playground. Here to be able to come and to give as a gift of love to the children and to the people of Beslan.
But the Christians of Beslan know it will take more than fun and games to restore the hopes and dreams of these kids. That's why the playground has become a place for helping them learn about Jesus. Christian youth ministries are always on hand to minister to the kids. The counselors are rebuilding relationships by playing with them, listening to their problems, and inviting them to church activities. Sometimes they invite the kids to a local counseling center where they and their families can find help for bad memories. At the center, Christian counselors have helped about 800 families deal with the pain of the terror attack. Some victims have experienced dramatic change. Russian Ministries' Sergei Rakuba tells of one woman who lost her 14-year-old daughter in the attack and later gave her life to Christ at the center.
But what was amazing, that lady got pregnant a few months later. And she has a new daughter today, born on the same day their first daughter had a birthday. So, and that lady today, she brings others to the counseling center saying, that's where I've heard about the gospel. That's where I've heard about new hope in Jesus. That's where I accepted Jesus. And Jesus gave me hope to my heart, not just hope. He gave me another daughter.
Charlene Israel, CBN News.
Wonderful. Well, Christians in Beslan are ministering not only to victims of the attack, they're also reaching out to the country where most of the terrorists came from. Teams from Russian Ministries hosted 2 summer camps for kids in Chechnya this summer. About 150 children came to the week-long camps where they took part in games, arts, and crafts and learned about the love of Jesus Christ. Chechnya has been devastated by a 15-year war with Russia, and most of its people live in poverty. Team members took great risks to hold the camps in Chechnya, a known breeding ground for Islamic terrorists. But one government official urged them to return, saying their influence is badly needed.